So we saw Ryan Fisher, surprising no one, reveal his. I was gonna say companion, com, companion, Zirda, and I believe they are now resolving mulligans. Oh, okay, they're starting Sapphire.
Yeah.
Brainstorm to start the game. So I guess he has a fetch.
Sorry, for a second there, I forgot that Zirda was still on camera.
Yeah. Oh, you thought it was
Bug
still
for
bug?
Jeskai
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
it's it's still Zirda. Yeah, sorry about that. Shout out to Roland Chang. Good job on commentary in round one. Roland Chang will be joining us to play in round three. It's a good reason to stick around, I'd say. Volcanic. Okay, no fetch. Must have liked what he drew, I guess. Daniel Pennington, thank you for the follow. Thanks for tuning in. Ancestral Target himself, drawing the cards he just put back, and another one. Kind of a weird turn. Indulging on turn one. And Loiterman has no companion, for the record.
Unfortunately, Jeskai, choices for companions, you kind of lose out on things like having multiple Force of Wills if you go with the Lutri route, um, working with an 80 card deck if you go the Urian route. But I think that's it at this point. There's not really another companion that makes a lot of sense.
So Healy just hit the board. That is pretty cool. And he's showing off his stained glass foil promo from Secret Lairs version.
That's where we would have gotten it.
Hone Tudikin, thank you for the follow. I probably mispronounced that poorly. All right, so a servo hits the board from that Mox Jet. Mox Opal. I like this Saheeli Planeswalker card. I wish it was a bigger part of Magic as a whole. It's just such a cool card.
Yeah, Saheeli, I think they may have kind of pulled back a little bit on Saheeli after Saheeli Rai was kind of a force in standard. They didn't want to make her as prominent this time around, but
Yeah.
it has that whole application of making plenty of servos.
Ooh, Time Vault just hit. And he put a food out for some reason. I think he just ran out of servo tokens.
Will suffice.
Look at that Soul Ring, too. That's dope. Wait, why is he untapping it? Oh, he's not. Oh, he's trying to make a copy
Oh,
of Time Vault. Ooh, that's neat. I hadn't seen this yet.
yeah.
Maybe
So
I'm
that's
maybe I'm a new.
that is something that doesn't come up that often, and it's not like an infinite combo like you would with Key because it is a minus ability to create a copy of Time Vault, but
Right.
Riot will have the opportunity to take multiple turns and have multiple servos to attack with, and
It's a time
maybe
walk.
be able to take. Yeah,
So he just swung for 4. Yikes. Tired Papa Smurf correctly describes what would just happen as a 6 start. You were right. There's Urza. This is a 6 start and a construct.
Starter is just firing all cylinders. Kenny wasn't able to really have any sort of early interaction. I was just like, all right, fine. I'm just going to do really powerful things with really accelerated mana.
I mean, that construct is like a 9/9 right now. I think Ken needs a miracle, literally at this point. He needs to top deck Terminus on the
Unfortunately, I do
draft.
not see any miracles in his hand or in his deck list.
Well, then he really
Definitely.
needs a miracle. Yeah.
So thankfully, the Healy can only activate twice before it doesn't have enough loyalty to continue to be activated.
This
Sitting
is
at one ring.
true. That was kind of neat. I had not seen that before, where you copy a time vault. Had you seen that?
I've seen it a few times.
Okay,
Usually, it does lead to a win. There's a lot of power on Ryan's board with that construct, so it's very close to a win. But I don't know if he's really able to pull it off quite yet. Maybe that Urza will help.
I'm sure Urza's swinging. Yeah, Ken's at 16. Yeah, 16. Can't even afford to fetch. I don't think. Walking Ballista now. Ugh, this is disgusting.
That might be the amount of damage that he needs to.
I take back everything I said. Ban Zirda. That's it.
Would have pulled a lot of work here, just kind of sitting on the sidelines watching Ryan do his thing.
Yeah. The funny thing is, he's doing all of this without the companion. The companion's just sitting there. This is just, this deck was possible 2 months ago so
Mhm.
far. All right, so he's swinging for. I've lost count. A lot.
He's trying to figure out count too.
He takes him to one, and Ken kills himself with a fetch.
That actually very.
Deadfish says ban Zirda. Sarcastically, right now, I can say ban Zirda. Yeah, Zirda did not even get cast that game. All right, so it's a mull to 5. That's not good. Not good for our heroes.
One of the things about this four artifact deck is it has a lot of different pieces that kind of don't come together that often. So you really do have to craft an opening hand with your London Mulligan. And we see that going to 5, and hopefully Ryan's able to piece something together. But it is kind of something where you do feel a little bit behind sometimes, just having to ditch a few cards.
What relevant cards? Because being Jeskai, you don't have Collector Roof, you don't have Force of Vigor. What weapons does Jeskai have?
Looking for this time is Dak Faden. There's 2 Dak Fadens in the main deck, and it's really just if you want to play a game with artifacts, you're going to have to deal with Dak Faden in this post-Lurrus world. And I'm trying to pull up the other ones. And there's 3 Shattering Sprees. That's what I was looking for. So tools that Jeskai will have is Shattering Spree. There's no Dreadhorde Arcanist in this list that could flash it back, but still having access to 3 of those can 2 for 1, 3 for 1 the opponent and take out a few artifacts at the same time. Ooh, ancestral.
All right, so a probe hit to Walking Ballista, Urza, Ponder, Mana, Crypt, Tarn, Misty, and a card that I can't see. All the way on the right, Energy Flux.
Ooh, Energy Flux.
Oh wait, no. Somebody in the chat said Energy Flux. I thought they were telling me what card it was, but they must be talking about something else.
Probably Xerox ideas. So no Energy Flux. Sometimes these Xerox decks, I mean, they often just don't have enough option or enough mana to really deploy an Energy Flux
Yeah.
at a pace, or if it's a Fright Shaman kind of sideboard card, which we all around 1.
Pithing Needle. I guess he names Zirda? No, he wouldn't name Zirda. What would he name? Well, he sees his hand, so he can name Walking Ballista or he can name Urza. Yeah, he can name a fetch land. He has 2 different fetch lands, so. And a Volcanic, which was the card I missed before. Ponder. Oh, he's telling us what card he named. Can't read his note.
My head around.
Yeah. It's Ballista, yeah. Thank you, chat.
Okay.
I'm looking at a much smaller version of what you're all seeing, so thank you. Ponder. We're back to Ken now. Thank you, everybody who just tuned in. You're looking at a first glimpse of the new vintage meta post ban and restricted announcement. And Mike Noble's here. You can't go wrong.
Chris is here.
Good answer. Good answer.
I'm pretty excited about this new world, getting to play some of the companions without Lurrus being the default best companion to play.
Yeah.
I like the fact that we're seeing a Zirda deck here. There's other companions that have a chance to see some play with Lutri and Urian being the front runners that Saul played during the Lurrus era. And I'm really optimistic about even some of the non-companion cards like Spell Dragon really getting to shine in this new metagame.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if we have any standard players in the house tonight, but when standard rotates, you get like a certain, almost like a rush from starting to brew new decks with a brand new format. And in some way, you can kind of feel a similar brewing energy when there's these kind of banned and restricted announcements, just like when a new set comes out. So it's fun.
Absolutely. Cards change. No ideas.
Yep. And it's a fresh slate. You can't Google deck lists and win tournaments tomorrow. You gotta battle a little bit first. I like that. All right, so Snappy Ancestral is huge.
That 5-card hand about isn't too much of a problem anymore.
For a second, I thought you picked up a bottle of liquor. It looked like.
No, I want to do that on the stream.
Oh boy. D Goat 7, thank you for the follow. Thanks for tuning in. I think it was Roland on one of our previous streams just had like a cocktail on his playmat. Tired Papa Smurf, thanks for the follow. And if you love paper MTG, hit the follow button. Wherever it is.
It looks to be in the lower right-hand corner. So
Yeah.
wherever you're at.
Yep. Just depends what platform you're on. I think we're in the middle of Ryan's turn. He is shuffling right now. And he is at 19 from a fetch. Roland says he was thirsty. Yeah. I think he was also a bit stressed that he was getting wrecked in I think it was pre-modern we were playing. I forget. But things weren't going well. Also, I'm sure someone can help us by sharing the link in the chat right now, but there is the MTG Paper Vintage Discord where you can find yourself playing in these events and playing against these players. Join that. I'm sure one of our VIPs will share the link shortly. Urza has hit the board. Urza is in the building.
Urza is resolving.
Urza is resolving, and so his construct has joined him as well. Small this time, though.
A little less aggressive start from Ryan in this case. No army of servos to power out a 7/7/8/8 construct.
Yep, little baby construct. There is that Discord link. Thank you, Deadfish. I encourage everyone to join and play some Vintage. Keep this format lively. All right. Ken. Oh no, I'm sorry about that, everybody. Okay, I think I fixed it. Very sorry about that. My computer went to sleep mode.
PM Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern Daylight Time, rather.
Yeah.
For different time zone.
Being someone that's working from home for a long time pre-shutdown here in New York, I have my computer set to turn off at a certain time so I don't check emails anymore.
Smart.
Because you can obsess over that stuff. All right, sorry about that, everybody. What did we miss? Anything important?
Source 5 shares on Urza was the big thing. Construct still hanging about, but it's just preordained into Swords. Urza, with 5 mana available by tapping the Construct, was going to get out of hand pretty quickly.
Agreed. All right, so just fixing life totals quick. 16 to 20. Ryan's at 20 now? You gain life somehow? I'm confused.
That would be the Sword Splashers.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Jose Brainers, thanks for the follow. See, I got to follow, even though I almost ruined the whole stream. Thanks for tuning in.
That support to keep you running.
Yeah.
And a great creator. Talk about him a little bit before, just being the artifact tutor that hit a bunch of non-activated abilities, artifacts out of the sideboard with Zirda deck.
Yeah, that's true. Now, obviously the Jeskai deck is not an artifact-based deck, but oh, I thought you were just playing something. But Karn's in Vintage, at least, still relevant in turning off Moxes and whatnot. Black Lotuses. Makes them a lot more powerful than in other formats. All right, we're seeing a Treasure Cruise. That's great.
Kind of backfiring. That Mox was turned off by the Null Rod effect of Karn.
Did we miss something?
Added to the Delve of Treasure Cruise.
Did they make a mistake?
Well, they didn't make it. It was more of a strategic mistake. It was
okay.
filling of the Mox was not necessary because the Mox was already shut off.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So it's interesting how something that might seem like a gimme play that doesn't really affect anything suddenly has an impact, such as giving Ken exactly enough mana to cast Treasure Cruise.
Gotcha. There's like a truck backing up outside, and I missed what you said. I'm sorry if you guys hear that at home. He's been backing up for like a full minute. B Dirk, thank you for the follow. Thanks for tuning in.
Ken has now cast Ancestral Recall affects this.
Yep. All right, so he gets hurt by his own crypt, putting him at 17. He has not cast his Zirda yet this game, right? Or this match, I don't believe.
It wasn't necessary game one. It doesn't matter to cast it right now if he wishes, but hasn't yet.
Yep. Maybe protecting it. Suspects Ken has tricks up his sleeve. I don't know how many cards Ken has in his hand at this point. He drew quite a bit.
There's some sort of force of will to be able to interact with Karn the Great Creator, possibly fetching a Legacy Lattice soon. Already at 5 mana.
Lattice was such an unfun card in Modern when it was finally dropped to the board. In Vintage, Roland Chang was saying earlier that Lattice hasn't really caught on. Would you agree?
The big with Lattice is that Vintage had a better artifact to fetch when Karn was unrestricted in Time Vault. So you'd have this mana acceleration with Voltaic keys, and then the keys would be able to pivot. And because you had 4 tutors to go get Time Vault, you just have one of these keys just sitting around, and you just I'll get Time Vault and just take infinite turns. Lattice is a much more expensive version of that.
All right, we're seeing a Lattice being cast now, but it is going to get hit with a Force of Will.
You're drawing 9 cards. Imagine at that force.
Yep. Yep. Lattice is countered. I'm sure many of you in chat are rooting for Ken to win this game after how the first game went. And it's looking like, although he is facing down a Karn and Construct, countering that Lattice is a huge first step towards trying to win this game.
Many.
Real Magic Mike says, "Where's Goblin Welder when you want him?" Yep.
Goblin Welder's long gone out of this format. I haven't seen a Goblin Welder doing it some time.
I'm having trouble hearing you, Mike. I'm gonna call you back on Facebook. Is that okay? All right. We're gonna lose Mike's audio just for a moment as we make a quick fix. Stand by, Mike. Sorry, everyone. These remote streams are tricky. Technical difficulties with everything at every turn. Dak Faden hits the board. This truck is backing up again. Trying to get Mike back on. Mike back on the mic. You're going to hear a ringing sound. I apologize. Pokemon card is probably the construct.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah, the Discord for some reason just started breaking up, so I figured I'll call you here.
Yeah, that works.
All right.
So that dreaded Dak Faden made an appearance while I was off the air.
Yes, it did, and it stole that construct, it appears. Thank you, chat, for letting me know Mike was cutting out on your end. Sorry, what's that, Mike?
Oh, I was about to say, turned into a Pokemon card when it switched sides.
Yes, it did. It did. Speaking of Pokemon, Zirda has hit the board.
Or little Vulpix. Or
Yeah.
Ninetales. It didn't actually count its tails.
Yeah, I don't know. Swords on... Wait a minute. He swords the Walking Ballista? I mean, the Pithing Needle?
Yeah, so Karn, I believe, animated the needle in order for it to be a creature to swords.
Ah, okay, I missed that. Yep. All right, so
Oh,
Monolith,
and we see the
Infinite...
interaction.
Ouch. Ouch.
Wow.
For a second, it looked like Ken was going to... Oh, 2 Shattering Sprees in hand, too, and a Pyroblast, and I believe a Time Walk, is that? You got to feel for Ken. All right.
That's what it looks like.